It's a BumbleKast Mini, sponsored by Goomba Broadcast.
Let's go for it. Does His Bumble Majesty, Ian, do any drawing?
Not as much as I used to, and I feel like I should get back into it. But it's like, when do I have time?
You dabbled a bit at one point.
I used to be not bad, not great, but not bad. Enough to get the idea across, and my skills have gotten rusty.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think you should do it more. So there, do it.
Yeah. I'll add it to the pile.
What are your all's thoughts on the fan third season of Sonic Sat AM that's being made by Team Season 3 or Team C3 on... I think it's supposed to be Team Season 3. I'm not 100% sure.
C3's on.
C3's on. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
It's like Drive 3er. Good old Driver 3. AKA Drive 3er.
I mean, they sent me custom Oreo cookies for the holidays, so they're great people. I love them. They do no wrong.
Really?
They walk on water.
Really?
Whatever they touch turns to gold. What are they doing? I don't care. They sent me cookies.
I thought Sega sent you chocolates.
They did, but they're a company. This is a fan group, man.
Wow. Okay. I mean, that's news to me. They didn't send me any cookies. That's fine.
Some of those chocolates were like that kind of weird infused cherry flavor, and I'm not big on that. Oreos, however, if you want to buy my soul, Oreos is the quickest path.
Man, Sega didn't send anybody any chocolates except you out there. I wanted some. Just kidding. I don't want Sega chocolates because then they'll know who I am, and that's frightening.
The postcard they sent with the little gift looked like an animation cell. Like the quality was incredible.
Wow.
So it's a fan project, so I'm not involved with it. I mean, it is relatively safer ground because Sat AM is done. Those incarnations of the characters are done. Whatever somebody does with it will probably never be picked up again. But just to be safe, and especially since their project is so long-lived and so well-known, I don't want to have any possible conflation and potentially get their project derailed or cause any kind of misunderstanding, especially because they sent me cookies. I want to be very nice to them. So I don't know much about the project other that it is super long-lived and they have a very dedicated and talented bunch of folks on there.
And that trailer they put out not too long ago was great. And the Sat AM theme song being sung by Johnny Gioeli from Crush 40. Heck yeah, man. Pretty awesome. Now we just need Crush 40 proper to do a full cover of it. I'm ready. Well, it's understandable why certain characters, such as the Witch Carters, would be relegated to classic content due to their goofy nature. Do you personally believe there's a place for the hooligans in the modern cast? Team Chaotix are also considered to be comic relief characters, yet they still manage to find themselves even within the darkest Sonic games. So surely there's a place for the funny mercenaries.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they would basically serve the same role as like Rough and Tumble, and for, mid-tier antagonists, you can have more in that plane than like top tier villains. If you have multiple Eggman tier villains, then it gets a little tiresome. You need to, that's harder to balance. But having a larger goofy rogues gallery, that's much easier. That's much nicer. And I would like the variety.
Yeah.
I don't want every time we need a bumbling problem to come along, it'd be Rough and Tumble. Having the hooligans be able to do that too would also be a lot of fun. And I freaking love the hooligans. So yeah, I think they'd fit just fine.
Oh yeah. Wouldn't be any problem. Come on, Sega, you know what to do. What would have happened if the Black Arms were to invade the planet, but Shadow was never recovered by Eggman and lost forever in space? Would Sonic and his quote-unquote nermy friends be able to still stop the aliens using the great power of teamwork? Would Black Doom have no problem taking the planet even without his ultimate toy? Or would Bean the Dynamite conquer all single-handedly? Oh no, the nermy disease is spreading.
The fandom's come down with the bad case of normies.
Yeah, they have.
But I mean, if we're going by the last story in Shadow the Hedgehog, the Black Arms get a hold of the Chaos Emeralds. Black Doom uses Chaos Control to beam down the Black Comet to the surface. That neurotoxin goes worldwide, and everyone gets affected by it, and Earth would just become one extremely large buffet. The only thing that turns the tide is Shadow fighting off the neurotoxin and killing Black Doom. So yeah, without Shadow, everyone would be, an entree.
Are the Witch Carters still being mind controlled by Witch Cart in the IDW comics, or is that something that's Archie exclusive? Also, if the ban on classic characters was lifted and characters such as the Witch Carters could appear in the main comics, would they have their Archie designs, or would they be given new ones that look closer to the classic designs?
I don't think they're mind controlled by Witch Cart. I just think they're all ne'er-do-wells that she kind of bullies around. Their full hierarchy and allegiances is not fully explored. But, they were, as of that issue, they were considered brought out of retirement for a special occasion. So I don't know if and or when we might get into that deeper. Or even if we should, it might be better just to leave them as goofy. If they were to transition to the modern era, they would most definitely have new modern designs. Consider anything Archie off the table. And mind control wise, I don't know. We've been there, done that. Maybe we do something different.
Mm-hmm. Are you still not allowed to disclose the reason you couldn't use Tiara Bubowski and her father in the Archie comics? If so, what at least were some ideas you had for the two characters?
I don't want to spill tea, especially since my understanding of it was secondhand at best. But it was my understanding that there are some who were attached to the Sonic Extreme project who are very possessive of their material and would potentially cause problems that are very similar to other problems we are familiar with in the Archie line. That is not me like dancing around mentioning Chris Sin. He was super cool when I spoke to him. He was awesome. He was not a problem at all. It's other folks that were involved that I personally did not interact with that raised some red flags, and it was decided, no, we've already gone through a similar song and dance with other creators and material. Let's just not go there.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I don't really remember what we had. We didn't have anything like super concrete, and then it was like an early pitch, and we completely scrapped it and started over. So I honestly don't remember what we had like loosely planned.
Do you remember if it was pre-reboot or post-reboot?
It was post-reboot.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah, it was post-reboot, modern Sonic setting.
Okay.
And it would have been with Tiara and Gazebo, but beyond that...
Gazebo. Gazebo. Bulbous Boo. Fun. No, never mind. Wait. Maureen the Raccoon shows up at your doorstep completely uninvited, but offers you your favorite meal. How do you respond?
Hell yeah, I love chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets, man? Not even strips?
No, they're shaped like dinosaurs.
The more processed, the better, huh? Well, I guess as long as they're shaped like dinosaurs, it's good.
She claims that she gorges on them for research, trying to discover what the mystery meat is, but we all know. Chicken nuggets are great, and if they're shaped like dinosaurs, they taste even better.
That's true. Okay, fine. I'll give you that one. Are there any good burger joints or any other restaurants y'all like going to?
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Like Five Guys used to be one of my go-tos, but they're kind of expensive, and I feel a little ill after eating there the last few times. Like it's too heavy.
I still love Five Guys, but yes, it is very expensive. And I don't know why.
Wendy's used to be my go-to fast food one, but they've really fallen off. They're They went from great to awful. There's a place up here called Burger Priest that's generally pretty good. I don't know. There's something about the way that they make their patties that I'm not super fond of, but if you don't want your standard McDonald's burger, they're all right. They're not bad. I would take somebody there with confidence. Oh, how can I forget? We don't go there too often because again they're a little expensive. But the Works, if you are up Toronto way, yeah, I'm speaking to the general audience. Go to the Works, which is kind of industrial themed in a fun way. They've got dozens of burger options, ridiculous toppings, stuff that you would never think of, but it works. And you can get an elk burger if you want, and that's tasty.
Oh, it's elk burgers are awesome. Yeah,
it's kind of got like the richness of a bison patty, but it's not nearly as heavy feeling. It's much lighter.
Bison's good too, but you're right, it is heavy.
Yeah, bison's amazing, but you feel it. But it's a clean sense of heaviness. Like beef, it just sits on your stomach. But bison, it's like, I don't feel like I'm clogging my heart, but I still feel it in the pit of my stomach.
Yeah. I like some of the more Hispanic inspired burger joints around here that have like a mishmash of different flavors. Like they have like chili cheese fries, and then they have like your classic burgers, and they got teriyaki burgers, and then they got like funky Mexican burgers that are like they got chips and salsa on them and whatever. It's weird, but it's like it's surprisingly good, and it's fun to have that sort of different flavors and different ideas all brought together. So yeah, there's one place here, fittingly enough, called the Burger Shop, and they do that kind of stuff. It's great. It's obviously it's slowly killing you, but what isn't, to be fair?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, all this air. Yeah. In a world where certain lawsuits didn't happen to cause the Sonic Archie comics to get rebooted, do you think the series would still have been canceled so suddenly and replaced by the IDW comics?
Yeah. The lawsuits had no effect on that. They didn't help, but they were not a deciding factor. That was something else.
Yeah, they were not the lawsuits were over by that point for several years. So, but yeah, they didn't help, but not quite that. Team Hooligans versus the Warner Brothers and the Warner sister. Who wins?
Oh, come on now. It's the Warners by a mile.
I was going to say, the Warners are way more cartoony than the Hooligans. I mean...
The Hooligans are the type of thing that the Warners are there to destroy.
Bean can pull bombs out of hammer space. But the Warner Brothers...
And Wacko can eat them.
The Warner Brothers and the Warner sister can pull literally anything out of hammer space.
Yeah. Like they will foil their antics in the best ways possible. No. The Warners and all of them. Yeah, no, not even a contest.
No.
It'd be a great episode, but nah, they're fine.
Bean would try. He would try, and he would fail miserably, or he'd join them. There we go.
Maybe in the end.
Yeah, he would probably join. Bean would join them, and then.
I mean, all Dot has to do is call Bark cute, and he's going to implode. So Fang's pretty much on his own. And then you have a Wile E. Coyote-styled character against Warner Brothers heroes. No, there is no chance at all for the Hooligans.
Poor guy. Oh well, poor guys. I don't know. Some of them might get off better than others. If Sega wanted you to bring the Sonic band members, Mock the Rabbit, Max the Monkey, and Sharps the Parakeet into the IDW comics, how would you write their personalities?
Probably keep it to what we had in the Archie books, just because they are such non-entities in both. Mock would be kind of impatient and fast-paced in word and deed.
Mm-hmm.
Max would have been like just the general cool, laid-back, but I don't know, straight man of the group, for lack of a better term. The anchor, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sharps might get adjusted, because number one, I thought he was a chicken. And with the shades, I just had him as just this like almost one note, effortlessly cooled, laid back bassist. But other art of Sharp's makes him look almost kind of punkish, a little aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he's like the bad boy in the group. He's the one who's got maybe the occasional crossword, but damn it, together they make beautiful music, so he'll stay with the band.
Nah, maybe he just looks punkish, but he's actually a real nice dude. There's always that one guy, you know.
That's why Vector left the band, but he has fond memories, especially that guy Sharps. His name may be Sharps, but he's really a softie.
Yep. There you go. Yep. And our last question. Sega was feeling generous and lets you write a Sonic X during Season 3 and Sonic Boom crossover. All right. What all shenanigans take place, and how does each character feel about their counterparts? How fruitless are Chris's attempts at getting Boom Shadow to be anything but a useless jerk face?
It may be trite, but I would want to recycle the "hey, didn't you die" joke that we did in the Sonic X book.
Who's the counterpart of Chris in Sonic Boom? Dave?
No, Dave has a character. That was a cheap joke. Never mind. That was a low effort. I can do better than that.
Are you sure? I don't know.
Yeah,
but does Chris deserve better than that?
Well, here's the thing. In Season 3, he was, a contributing member. He had matured into an adult. It's just he had his kid body. Uh-huh. And then after like the first handful of episodes, he just kind of fades into the background. It becomes Cosmo's show, and the rest of the cast is kind of revolving around her. So, I don't know. Chris was fine in Season 3, and it's because he largely didn't exist, and what was there was a completely different character than what he was in 2.
Well, I guess that works. That's one way to do it. If you have to have him around.
Let's see. The Eggmen get confused over who's Boko, Deco, Orbot, and Qbot, despite the fact they look nothing alike.
Oh, man. I mean, Styx would have...
Boomtails falls for...
Oh, go ahead.
Boomtails falls for Cosmo, and he's got a rivalry going on with regular Tails. X-Tails, I suppose I should say. And let's see. The Vectors meet. They totally dig the other dude's style. X-Vector's like, wait, you went solo? Maybe that isn't a bad idea. And meanwhile, Boom Vector's like, wait, you got a team? Maybe that isn't a bad idea.
Styx is vindicated because they're aliens.
Oh, she's super vindicated. There's aliens, different dimensions.
Yep.
Doppelgangers. Uh-huh. It's he's just going through her checklist, going, yep, that's real. Yep, that's real. Yep, that's real. Yep, that's real.
Yeah.
Boom Amy wants to know where Amy's hammers are coming from. I mean, hers folds up. Where are all these other ones coming from?
That would be cool.
And I think X Sonic would take a minute to get used to Boom Sonic's laid-back snark. It's a very different flavor of Sonic. But once they reach an understanding, it would basically be the two of them trying to show each other up and out-snark the other.
Yeah.
X Knuckles is really tired of Boom Knuckles because Boom Knuckles thinks it's a baby version of him.
It's a tiny child.
Look how tiny he is with his tiny little legs and his tiny little arms. Don't worry, little Knuckles. I'll look after you. Don't touch me.
Someday you'll grow up and be a big Knuckles like me. Meanwhile, Rouge is just leaning back like, what? She's just having a good time while everyone else is like, what the hell is going on?
Cream's a little sad that, there isn't a Boom counterpart of her. She wanted to make a new friend that was also her. That'd be fun. But then she and Styx team up, and you've got a boomerang-propelled cheese to further destroy things.
Oh, yeah. Cheese just hanging on to the boomerang, spinning around, and he gets dizzy. He's like, no!
Beware the Chalmarang.
Now that's too powerful. I don't know if the universe could handle it. I think it would. I don't think it would end well. All right. Are we done here?
We are. Thank you, Goomba Broadcast, for sponsoring this episode. If you want a BumbleKast Mini of your own, head over to patreon.com/BumbleKast, Ko-fi.com/BumbleKast, or become a YouTube member.
We'll see you in the next one.